One of our stories focuses on the unlikely team of Rabbi Hanan Schlesinger, a Brooklyn-born Israeli settler, and Ali Abu Awad, a former Palestinian militant turned peacemaker. And the story is about their 5-year journey to build a peace center on Ali's family land, which would guarantee access to both Jews and Palestinians, all in the hopes of bringing people together to have conversations about peace and reconciliation between their communities. And Warriors of the Heart is about the struggle to find this kind of friendship in the midst of conflict. And that's what the Jerusalem Prayer Project really wants to foster.
There are those who say that one of the reasons why the Oslo Accords failed is because it was secular Jews talking to secular Muslims. And they left out the religious, Jewish, historical, biblical connection to the land. And they left out the Islamic connection to the land. They left out Hamas, they left out the settlers. So they left out what you would call the extremists, but they're not just the extremists, they're the people in a certain sense with the deepest, most historical or authentic connection to the bedrock narratives of both people. What we're trying to do in Roots, as opposed to what other organizations are doing, we're coming from the heart of the conflict, coming from the radicals, we're coming from the religious settlers who are based in that deep identification with land, and despite that, we say because of that, we're making peace, we're reaching out. And just like we are religious settlers who are deeply connected to the land and our narrative reaching out, we're willing to talk to anyone. We want to talk to Hamas, and we think that's going to come. Because we believe if we don't talk to Hamas, then we're missing something. We're going to marginalize them just like we were marginalized in Oslo.
So we cannot keep silent, and we cannot lead our cause by anger, by attacks. This is not right. The first thing in Tagir we say, we ask our community, do you want to be right and that's it, or do you want to be right but also to succeed? Success is creating an environment where both nations will live and practice their truth without victimizing each other. Second, you are not responsible about the past, including Israeli kids. This is what I tell them. You are not responsible about the painful narrative. You are responsible about the future. So you have to create the future that you want to see. But you have to be able to see yourself as someone who can make a future by giving up that victimhood. Third, when I was in their age, I felt so angry. But I had hope by that time, because the level of violence was not that much, the level of suffering. These new generations now, it seems like they have lost any hope. There is no hope for them. We have to create hope. That's why Israeli voices are so important, and Palestinian engagement in non-violence is more important. So if you are willing to change this reality, it's not about asking politicians to sign papers where we call it peace agreements. They become piece of papers. It's about creating a whole structure of life where people can connect to their life by developing themselves. So there is a lot that the international community has to do in that issue.